So if you're sequestered in your home office, there's a spectrum of people that can embody and encompass that existence fully and wholly. And not so many are on the spectrum of being able to completely hermit themselves away and do that. Most people need some social contact. And so there's this, for those people that need to have some social contact, there's coffee shops, there's some other places like that, and we hope to be one of those places that can fill out some of that spectrum. We came to the realization that while there is a certain type of success that comes with growth and job opportunities, career advancement and so forth, that it was at a great personal cost. We had a young daughter, we have a young daughter. At the time she was 7, going on 8. And the demands of my existence were taking me all over the world, traveling a great deal, and at the same time, and in parallel, we were having many conversations about the amazing place that Petaluma is, and how we are very much in love with the area and in love with the town. I had an opportunity in my employment and so forth to get a shift of gears out of that typical rat race and create a new change in life. And the idea actually came from Natasha, listening to radio shows and watching sort of the changing pace of the dynamic in the community, recognizing, and particularly with Natasha, her study of travel and the impact on the environment and travel.
I heard an article on NPR maybe a year before or something about coWORKing. And for some reason it just came, I was just always like searching for ideas. And it just came to my mind, and I realized that so many people we knew could use that in this town. And it's a great town to be in, so why not spend more time in it? Why spend your time commuting to San Francisco or San Rafael or Nevada or any, getting on the freeway? And then I realized from myself, from trying to work from home, that it was really distracting. I spent a lot of time doing laundry, taking care of the yard, or that plant looks wilty, and oh yeah, I need to put something out for dinner, and then you realize you spent your entire week just at home with not a lot of social interaction, and it just didn't seem as productive, and I don't know, it wasn't fulfilling on a longer time scale. Like, it's cool for a little while, it seems great, and then after a while you get burnt out on it. So I thought, this sounds like a really good idea, this whole coWORKing concept. And so I ran it past Matt, because I tend to have lots of ideas and not a lot of follow through. Luckily, Matt can see a good idea and he has great follow through, so he said, let's do it. So he was really the one that pushed me to move forward with it. And I started, finding the space and the furniture and doing a bunch of research, and a few months later, he quit his job and we opened this place and just totally transformed our life and started a whole new chapter. It's incredible.
And so it was one of those things where it went from talk to actually some action, which tends to be a strength of ours. And we started looking around. We had people helping us find some real estate that would map, rental of office space. And then finally we found this space, which is, it's interesting. It's something I think people aren't as aware of. They know of Bank Marin next door, but they are more focused on Acre Coffee across the street, or the museum next door, which frankly they should be. It's beautiful. But realized there was potentially a little bit of a gem here, because it was a 1960s building. It was ripe to have a little bit of a resurgence and really embrace the spirit of the space. And so we did some work, redoing the walls, doing the furnishings, floors, things like that. And all of a sudden we had this thing out of nowhere that we could be, embracing as our new community and new life.
And then I had a realtor friend say, hey, come on and take a look inside here. And as soon as I saw inside, I was like, wow, this has some real potential. It was really dark in here. Everything that's white that you see now was black. It had like nasty orange carpet that hadn't been updated in I don't know how many years. And it was really heavy. It had been a law office and bookcases on every wall. But it had this great 1960s structure, and with the whole Mad Men craze and our own love of mid-century modern furniture, we thought, oh, this is, I just saw tons of potential here. It has lots of great light, and so, yeah, we just said, okay, let's go for it. We kind of changed our design focus because we had been doing sort of the historic architecture, kind of rustic Petaluma feel, and then we had to swap it up and do the vintage mid-mod furniture feel, which was really fun. So almost everything in here is vintage or used or reclaimed in some way.
How does work work? Basically, it's like a gym for your business. We provide desks, comfortable chairs, and Wi-Fi, among other amenities you would normally find in an office. All you need to bring is your laptop and materials. We also have 3 conference rooms available for those who need a place to meet with their team, or with clients, and to give presentations. It's a work environment without all of the distractions of a home office. You can drop in on random days, though most coworkers opt for a monthly membership. Our downtown Petaluma location has much to offer: cafes, post office, restaurants, bookstore, movie theaters, and more, all within a 2-block radius of work. Everything you need to be productive, surrounded by motivated people in a bright environment.
Oh, interesting how I found myself here is kind of a fun story. I've been, on and off had jobs down in the city. So the commute is horrible, especially now with the road work. And my wife, I think I was in Boston for a while, working in a job there. And my wife walked, she told me, she said, I had a daydream that you had a job in town and you walked to work and we would meet for lunch. And it was this really nice, sweet little scenario. And I said, nice daydream, let's visualize that. And then I think that just weeks later, she walked by this place, Work Petaluma, and she saw this. And she said, oh, I got to tell Jeffrey about this. And soon after that, I moved back here. I mean, I didn't actually move to Boston. I was spending half the time there. Came back here and came in here and started working in here. And things have just built ever since then. The community is accruing, and we got this project going. And so I think it's like actually viable that I could actually be working here. I haven't driven my car in 4 days, and I feel great. Yeah, it's just great.
I'm Barry Stump, and I am a software engineer by day, and by night and all other times I'm a general technologist, tinkerer, and generally interested in trying to push the boundaries of what can be done with technology and other gizmos and whatnot. I am the unofficial mayor of Work Petaluma because I practically live here. I'm here all hours of the day and night, and I try and help out, even watch the front desk once in a while when they have when there's a scheduling crisis. I came to work in the early days when a friend of a friend told me about it, and I was working out of my house, and it was a great opportunity to change the environment in which I worked. I had a perfectly good home office with lots of equipment, good internet, great chair, all of that stuff, but I'd find that sometimes weeks would go by without me having to leave the house and meet anybody and see anything. And so moving down to work here has just been wonderful because I continue to do what I do and starting to mix in with some really interesting circles of people and projects and places and things. And I think that it's probably only a matter of time before some small group of people here starts some enterprise that got launched here. There's certainly enough ideas swirling around to make that happen. So I can't wait to see how that's going to turn out. Maybe I'll be a part of it. It'll be fun.
My name is Chris Frothinger. I'm the founder of FurtherFit, which is a startup fitness analytics website. I have been working at work probably for about 6 months now. And my project's been in process for about a year and a half. I had been working from home, set up a very nice home office, complete with all the technology and distractions that I would need. And it worked well for about a year. And then what happened was I was finding the lack of interaction was starting to become crippling. I would find a lot of things to do other than the project. My house became very clean and dinners were ready on time when my wife would get home. However, the project was starting to slip into kind of a back burner. I was talking to a friend mentioning that I had been consulting with my cat lately on these projects, and in fact the cat was starting to make more sense. So it was my clue that it was probably time to get out of the home office. My friend told me about Work, which I hadn't heard about, and I wandered down and met Matt and Natasha, got the tour, and was sold immediately. So I signed up the next day, and it's just been an incredible process so far.
So my name is Nancy Sands Johnson, and I'm a freelance writer. And I use Work to do all my research and conduct interviews and also do my writing here as well and connect with people. I had kind of had this dream a couple of years ago about a place where people could come and work together or do artistic endeavors together. And it was kind of in my head percolating, and I happened to see in the October 2012 issue of the Bohemian that such a place existed in Petaluma, and it was called Work Petaluma. And at the time I wasn't quite ready to make the leap to joining as a member, but January of 2013 I decided that it was time for me to get out of my car in the Whole Foods parking lot and join a community of freelancers and independent contractors and remote workers here at Work.
My name is Dan Berger, and I found Work here. There's not very many of them in the North Bay, and the company I work with was really flexible with me working remotely, and with technology you can really do everything at a laptop almost anywhere with Wi-Fi, and that's how I found it. There's a lot of programmers and IT kind of people. I'm an engineer, and that's what's pretty unique about this place is that there's so many different aptitudes and skill sets here. You could totally talk to anybody about, I've got an Excel, problem, and these guys know, or they come to me with, some sort of issue. But it's just a nice community of people that are very flexible and smart, and the types of topics and conversations that we talk about outside of our standard work is great. There's a lot of respect also just for allowing people to work hard if they have a deadline and just go for it. So I find it really a nice community of humans that are humane.
I saw Work from across the street, and I love beautiful design, and I saw that great identity that you had created for this physical place on the planet Earth. And I was just curious. I just wanted to come in and see what was going on at a place called Work. Mm-hmm. And then I came in, and being a lover of architecture and design and light, I fell in love with the physical place. And then I thought, well, what is this place anyway? And then I found out it's exactly what I needed. Because all of us who work in our virtual way, through all the wonderful tools that we've been given by great entrepreneurial tech people, still need a heartfelt community place to collaborate, co-create, incubate, hug, laugh, talk, brainstorm, and actually make things happen. And so work is an antidote to what I believe is a way too virtual world. And it's the blend of virtual with essential and the immediate and the human, visceral world that will ultimately make things that are important to human beings happen. So work is that place in Petaluma, is that place in the North Bay, and I was delighted, and it's changed my life.
I've been able to really tap into the ecosystem here, probably, I'd say as much, if not more, than anyone else, and that's probably just the stage of my project. Immediately when I sat down, I met a gentleman sitting on the other side of me named Barry, who was plugged into everything technical, and he's referred to around here as the mayor of work. And he was basically able to point me into different directions depending on what I was looking for. So the gentleman to my left was very expert on WordPress. So as I started to learn and need WordPress, he was there for me. The gentleman behind me is an editor. So as I was doing some writing projects, I was able to lock in there. During one of the Tuesday coffee socials, I was describing what my product was, and that it was in the wearable fitness space, and the stage I was at. And I met Nancy, who is a freelance writer who was writing an article for a business journal, and they said, "Hey, can I interview for you? For this article?" Absolutely. So, interviewed. Within a couple weeks, I had a photographer up in my house taking pictures, and within a month, my company was being highlighted in the North Bay Business Journal, complete with me on the center spread, showing kind of the wearable technologies. So, that type of a thing doesn't happen when you're sitting at home talking to your cat. And that's I can give examples of that on as I started doing more of the marketing. I plugged into another gentleman here, Bryce, who was very expert on kind of online marketing and kind of how to set that up. At the time, I was working on a Kickstarter, so I was able to recruit a lot of people around here on that were very knowledgeable in that process. So what's been really a positive for me is, basically as a startup, you're one person, and you're trying to wear as many hats as you can. And where I was able to identify kind of holes in my expertise, I was able to identify a person who was a freelance. So I hired a gentleman here, Andy, to come up with my name, Further Fit, as well as the logo and all the artwork. Again, I found opportunities like Nancy to work with on getting me some great PR. Right now, I'm looking at hiring a web developer, and I'm being able to plug into this ecosystem. So it's it's pretty much as a startup, as an entrepreneur, it's soup to nuts here. Really a little bit of everything. And on the flip side, I get to help out too. So I've had an opportunity to, as a statistician and a numbers guy, I look forward to doing more. But I also want to kind of give back to the community and offer what it is that I have.
Well, one of the values that I find at work is that whenever I have a story that I'm writing and I need interview candidates or I need research subjects, I can come in and usually find somebody here to talk to, either directly to do the research or who can connect me with other people. And that's what happened with this particular article, which was an article that was on various technologies that are being used by North Bay companies, including 3D printing and wearable technology. And right here at work, we have Barry Stomp, who has his 3D printer, so he was able to kind of connect me with that world. But we also have Chris Frothinger, who is developing a new entrepreneurial venture that incorporates wearable technology for fitness people. So it was really helpful, and I was able to interview Chris and include him in my article, and I was happy to do that.
There's a quiet but growing group of folks who are involved in technology, especially software, that are starting. I don't know that they're well connected outside of a place like work, but like myself, I think people chose Petaluma as an area that's just close enough that you can commute into San Francisco if necessary, but a lot of folks are working remotely, working from home, whatever, and it's starting to slowly fill up how the space with amongst other things. This is sort of technology corner over here. 3 out of the 4 desks back here are regularly filled by people working on various software or hardware projects, and so it's there's certainly a lot of people in common, and I help out whenever I can if I know the answer to something. Oh, in Xcode, how do you make something happen when this thing goes haywire? If I know it, I'll try and help out, and I certainly can turn to the other members here if I need help with something. And especially the nice thing is if it's something outside of the software area, it's my expertise. There's plenty of other people here doing really interesting work on all sorts of fronts. I can turn to Ralph, the book editor, for all questions literary related and so forth and so on. There's many other interesting people working out of here. And the wonderful thing about it is, unlike a more traditional office, I don't have to worry about I can show people my projects and they can see my work in progress or whatever, but none of them are direct competitors. So it's a nice share and share alike kind of environment. I can cheer other people on without having to worry about how it hurts my bottom line or anything like that. It's very nice community, a lot of cross information sharing, which I really enjoy.
Working for a company, a lot of these guys are independent or work together in collaboration. As far as working for a company, I feel like it's a success story in that a lot of the brick and mortar buildings and the 9-to-5 and the managers of these companies that are like, you need to sit down in this office and this high rise, are becoming more and more flexible, and places like work are becoming very viable. Renting workspace in San Francisco can be extremely expensive compared to this option. And me not having to sit on a bus for 3 hours a day, you can't put a price on. You can't really put a price on that. It's great that I get to be flexible, comfortable, still do the same type of work and with the speed that I'm used to doing, and being able to, take my kid to school in the morning. That's a win.
I would say if you look at biases, there's a fair number of software programmers and tech people, and I think the reason for that is twofold. One is it's a profession in which people are often able to work both on their own, so to speak, and remotely. We have a fair number of writers. I would say that follows the same path. Some design folks. But then after you get beyond that sort of, let's say, obvious core group, which I think for demographic reasons align well with what we created here, you find a bit more variety than what we expect. We have one of my favorites, a guy named Tom Harrison, who makes maps. He makes hiking maps. If you're into hiking, apparently in California, you've likely used his maps. What a unique person to have around. It's not something that I would have expected to encounter, a cartographer. We also have people that do just work that wouldn't necessarily be contemplated as something that we would be supporting, particularly, travel agency work and so forth. So there's a mix of people who just need to have social contact. There's a mix of people who just need a space that is the more comfortable chair and so forth. And then there are the people who, frankly, just need a part-time office. And so we hope to support all of that. As a common thread, however, it is, I think, nepotistic or not an accident that the people that come in are, nice, supportive, friendly people. Because when you come in, while there is a shift in the dynamic, depending on the time of day, sometimes there's a little more bustling, sometimes it's more quiet. As a rule, people are friendly, welcoming, and courteous. Therefore, if that is there and set as a tone from the moment they walk in the door, we hope, then we would find that to be a self-fulfilling thing, and that is a thread and a way of life here at Work Petaluma.